All right, guys, in today's video, we're going to be talking about tribalism, gotcha tribalism, but really tribalism in general, because when it comes to tribalism, tribalism is not just, within the gotcha community, it's in multiple communities. This is something that has been here since the dawn of time. So we are going to discuss, the root cause of tribalism. Who should we blame? Because whenever we're talking about tribalism, we're always pointing a finger saying, whose fault is it? Is this CC's fault, or is this person in the community, it's their fault? We're always pointing fingers, but we really do need to sit down and have a discussion and really talk about, like, who is the direct cause of tribalism, who caused this, and who should we blame, and how can we fix it? You know what I'm saying? How can we fix tribalism? So without further ado, man, let's go ahead and get right into it. So first things first, let's go ahead and talk about content creators capitalizing on tribalism. So it says over here, content creators capitalize on tribalism by cultivating a sense of belonging and shared identity within their communities. This strategy, often referred to as tribal marketing, taps into the inherent human need for social connection and belonging. Now, I did write a script for this video, guys, so I'm going to keep looking back and forth from my computer and the screen, so just bear with me. But that was some, psychological shit right there, but it makes sense. It makes sense because when you look at how YouTube works, the algorithm isn't random. It's built around human interests, patterns, and behavior. That's why niches are so important. They give people a clear reason to subscribe. It's simple. If I love HSR and this creator also loves HSR, I'm subscribing, right? This person likes the game I like. I'm going to go in and subscribe to them. That shared interest becomes the foundation of the relationship between creator and viewer. And this is exactly where tribalism starts to take root. Over time, the content becomes less about the individual and more about the shared identity, the group. Now, this isn't, what the content creator thinks, right? This isn't what the content creator wants, but this is what the viewer thinks over time when they're watching that content creator. They think that, oh, this content creator, they're going to play this game forever because they love HSR. And it's like, that's just not the case. Some of these games don't last forever. If a content creator decides to quit a gacha game, it's not that deep. And the reason why I say that, you guys will understand later on. But let's go ahead and continue. The creator represents the tribe and the audience rallies around that. Here's the catch. Once your identity as a creator is locked into that niche, stepping outside of it feels like betrayal. We've seen this multiple times with content creators, right? Especially from, let's say, the Genshin Impact community. If a Genshin Impact content creator decides to quit Genshin, or they decide to take a break, or they decide to criticize the game, the community views that as, the content creator pretty much betraying the fandom, betraying the community, which is absolutely ridiculous. But once again, guys, this is how tribalism pretty much starts, especially when it comes to the gacha space. If you move on from HSR or WUWA, or whatever game your channel is built on, a chunk of your audience won't just unsubscribe, they'll feel personally offended. Not because your content is bad, but because to them, you're abandoning their tribe. And that's the danger of building a brand on tribalism. You can't leave without backlash. Perfect example is, of course, Braxophone. Ever since he decided to stop making guide videos for HSR, the way that, the HSR community has been acting towards him is just completely disgusting. I mean, you have this person over here who said, I am a mother who did crack cocaine and chain smoke during my pregnancy, and this is my child. 186,000 views and 1.5k likes. So this all goes back to this right over here. Content creators capitalize on tribalism. Now, this part over here, we all do that. I do it too. This pretty much means you picking a niche and building your channel off of that niche. Nothing wrong with this, right? We continue by cultivating a sense of belonging and shared identity within their communities. People like this pretty much tied their identity to that game. So therefore, once you decide to do something that they don't agree with, once you decide to do something that's going to be a huge blow to the community, because when it comes to Braxophone, he is a really huge content creator for HSR. So him like not making any more HSR guide videos, it's a huge blow to the community. So the way that the community responds to this, of course you're not going to be happy about it, because they attach their identity to the game. And the fact that this is a huge blow to the game, they take that as like an insult. They take that as like an offense. Like, how dare you leave my game? How dare you not make guide videos for HSR? How dare you do that? I subscribe to you for HSR content. I subscribe to you for HSR guide videos. So you better continue making HSR guide videos to the day you die. It's insane. It is absolutely insane. But that is the risk when you build your channel off of a specific niche. You are expected to glaze the company. You are expected to glaze that niche you made content on, no matter what, because people subscribe to you for that niche. They subscribe to you for HSR, for Wuwa, for Genshin. That's why they watch your videos. But the moment you decide to say enough is enough, I'm not making any more guide videos for this game ever again, they take that as an insult. They take that as an offense because they connected their identity to the game. They connected their identity to that niche. Now, when it comes to the potential benefits for content creators to capitalize on tribalism, you know, here are the benefits, and this is the main one. We're not going to read all of them, but this right over here is this is the number one most important benefit when it comes to CCs capitalizing on tribalism. Increased engagement and reach. Loyal communities are more likely to share, comment, and interact with the content in extending its reach and potential impact. Very, very good point. And the reason why is because of this right over here. Even when somebody takes your video, let's say somebody took my video, right? Let's say I make a video criticizing Wuwa, and they're like, oh my gosh, this video is so shit because he's criticizing Wuwa. They take my video and post it on Reddit, right? Guess what? More engagement, more intention, more views for me. It doesn't matter if they dislike the video. A lot of people think that disliking a video means that, oh, like that person is gonna affect the content creator negative way. It doesn't. You disliking that person's video means that you cared enough to dislike it to begin with, which means that you are engaging with that person's content. So this over here is another perfect example, right? This person says who the fuck he think he is, and this is under the HSR subreddit. So he says, no, seriously, I am tired of this loser popping up on my searches when, believe me, I have exclusively asked YouTube to not recommend. He sure has a lot of opinion for a game he doesn't play and wants to be judged. Bro thinks he's him. He's nothing but a tech-tone hack. So you already expressed your opinions on this content creator. You clearly don't like him, right? Instead of you ignoring this content creator and not giving him any more attention, you decide to post him on Reddit, the HSR subreddit. Come back over here. Loyal communities are more likely to share, comment, and interact with the content, extending its reach and potential impact. It's right over here, guys, in your face. And even the people in the subreddit, they're like, look, you're doing exactly what he wants. The title and stuff is specifically made to instigate whether you like it or not. So just let it go and go on with your day. It's like, why did you have to post this on the on the subreddit to begin with? You're not gaining anything from this. He's actually benefiting from this because you are pretty much pushing his video out to multiple people and giving him free views, giving him engagement. This is literally why I say when it comes to tribalism, right? It starts off with interests, what people are interested in, what they love. And then when it comes to content creators, they capitalize on what those people are interested on, like what those people are interested in, and they make content for the thing they are interested in, which is HSR and etc. Be anything. But when you take that person's video, if you disagree with it, when you take that person's video, post it on Twitter, post it on Reddit, post it on Discord, right? To farm engagement, to farm, hate comments so that people can go brigade that person's channel. and send that person's hate comment, guess what? You are literally contributing to tribalism. Companies play a massive role in fueling tribalism. And one of the clearest examples is through sponsorships. We have Raid Shadow Legends, LD Player, LD Shop, Hoyoverse, Kuro, Manscaped. They all pay content creators to essentially glaze their product. It doesn't matter if that content creator dislikes the product. They'll still make that video, including me. We'll still make that video because we're getting paid for it, right? It's not just marketing, it's strategic alliance. Companies know tribalism builds loyalty and they use that to grow. Now, when you zoom out and look at the whole gacha war that's happening right now, you can bet these companies are watching closely and taking notes. You look at NTE, for example, how their gacha system is completely different from Genshin's, right? It's like a whole like dice board. It's different from Wuwa's too, right? If the community keeps dragging Genshin for having a 50-50 weapon banner, some studios might avoid that setup entirely. Not because they care, but because it makes their competitor look worse. It's all about positioning. But not all companies adjust. Some, like Hoyo and Kuro, continue pushing predatory mechanics, negative status effects, stingy and onslaught, etc. because they know they'll still make bank. Why? Because tribalism means there will always be people who defend them no matter what. So one, we got content creators pretty much capitalizing on tribalism. Two, companies sponsoring CSCs to pretty much glaze their product. And three, viewers going out their way to attack a CC if they decide to move on from, the niche they used to build their channel on. When it comes to the downsides, of course, you have echo chambers and you have polarization and exclusion. So echo chambers, where communities primarily engage with reinforcing viewpoints, potentially limiting exposure to diverse perspectives and hindering open discourse. If you decide to go under a content creator who covers Genshin Impact, right? You decide to go under the comment section and complain about the game, you're going to have a lot of people, right, disagreeing with you, saying, oh, you're wrong, here's why you're wrong, change your opinion, this and that, this and that. The same applies with Wuwa too. If you go under a Wuwa content creator's video and you complain about Wuwa, they're going to be like, oh, here's why you're wrong, this is why Wuwa's better, this is blah, 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 blah. Echo chamber. And the subreddits as well. We come over here in the subreddits, or we come over here in the HSR subreddits, always posting content creators who are criticizing these Hoyo games just to farm, upvotes, because this is the HSR subreddit where people pretty much glaze the game no matter what. So let's just upvote these comments who constantly cry about, the content creators who criticize this game, versus us just simply ignoring these creators and moving on. Let's go ahead and bring up videos that were made 1 month ago, 3 months ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and 8 hours ago. Ridiculous. And of course, polarization and exclusion. Extreme tribalism can lead to an us versus them mentality. Holy shit, this is so true. It's like these people have this mentality where it's like they believe that it's them versus like a fucking army, right? It's like, oh my gosh, it's us versus them. We gotta fight this out, man. It's just so fucking cringe, bro. It's like, dude, it's just opinions, my guy. It's just preferences. Why are we going this deep into, people just simply having an opinion over these damn gacha games? It's not even just gacha games. It's just anything in general. Sports, cooking, shopping, anything. It's just crazy. And we continue, says, potentially alienating those outside the tribe and fostering hostility towards differing opinions. Once again, we all go back to this one post over here. As soon as a content creator decides to criticize the game these people love the most, it's like he betrayed them. They're now alienating him, and now he is an outsider. Now all of a sudden, Braxophone is the worst content creator of all time. He's generally falling down the tectone pipeline. Like, it's so crazy to me how if somebody decides to complain about a gacha game, oh, you're doing this because of tectone. It's like, no, buddy, I'm doing this because I fucking want to. I'm doing this because this is how I feel. Like, it's just crazy how now, like, it's like these people are pretty much just trying to place the blame on tectone no matter what. If you say that you're quitting this game because you want to, you're quitting the game because you feel like it, or you're criticizing the game because you want to criticize it, they always try to place the blame on Tectone. It's just ludicrous. It's like these people are just obsessed with, they're just obsessed with him. They really are obsessed with him. But we continue even more. I have the same exact experience. Plus drank alcohol and took aspirin, and this is my precious child. And he puts Tectone, the eggy whatever shit right here. People are too retarded to handle good criticism. Holy, like, oh man, like this is literally the downside of tribalism, guys. This is the downside of tribalism. But read this, it says, the increasing prevalence of digital technology and social media has made it easier for content creators to connect with like-minded individuals and foster online communities. This is actually very, very true, because when you do take a look at this, imagine if the internet never existed. Tribalism would actually, like, I feel like if the internet never existed, tribalism wouldn't be where it's at today. Because in order for you to like force your opinion onto somebody else, you would have to actually talk to that person face to face, and you might get punched in the face. Like, you see all these people talking this much shit on the internet over a gacha game. Imagine if this was face to face. A lot of these people would get socked in the face immediately. The internet pretty much gave these people the opportunity to just say whatever they want with no consequences, right? So the internet is also to blame as well. Let's continue. While building these communities can be beneficial, creators must be mindful of the potential risks associated with relying too heavily on tribalism to drive engagement. So in conclusion, tribalism stems from opinions. That's really what it comes down to. There's really not like one person to blame. There isn't one CC to blame. I know there's a lot of people that always try to place the blame on Tectone, Saint Tontas, and all these other CCs, but we can't really place all the blame on one CC. All they're doing is capitalizing on tribalism, which is normal because they're content creators, right? Capitalizing on the latest trend has always been a thing. If there's something, you know, crazy going on the internet, guess what? People are going to make videos talking about, you know, that situation. You like, whenever you read those titles, I do it too. All right, I'm no exception to this. We have our we make a title saying this situation is crazy. It's all about taking the opportunity and, you know, growing from it, taking that opportunity and benefiting from it, right? But you know, once again, tribalism stems from opinions, or more specifically, shared opinions. When people, you know, come together around a common interest, they naturally form a tribe. But over time, that tribe becomes less about the interest itself and more about defending it. Anyone who dares to point out flaws or, you know, offer criticism isn't seen as offering perspectives. They're seen as a threat. And that's when tribalism turns toxic. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Are you going to place the blame on, you know, 100% of blame on CCs when it comes to tribalism? Or are you going to place the blame on the community? For me, I'll say it's 75% of community's fault and 25% of CCs, because yes, we do capitalize on tribalism, but the thing is, it's always been like this. Like, this has always been a thing on YouTube. That's what the algorithm is for. It's you pretty much capitalizing on what's hot right now, like the latest hot topic. You know what I'm saying? That's why you have reaction videos, people reacting to, you know, other content creators, people reacting to trailers, movies, movie reviews, game reviews, blah 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 blah. Like, tribalism and capitalizing on tribalism has always been a thing. Sponsorship videos, companies sponsoring CCs to glaze their product, always been here. It's just that I feel like the community, they took it to a whole new level where you have these subreddits where it's just a complete echo chamber. You go on Twitter, Twitter's just a lost cause. You have these people with blue checks constantly rage baiting. It's like, oh my gosh, bro. I don't even want to talk about blue check people, man. Blue check people are just completely insufferable. I don't really use Twitter at all, but I only use it to get information from these games. And when I'm trying to get information, bro, I see these dumb ass blue check people just constantly rage baiting. It's so frustrating. And what's so hypocritical about them is that they're the ones who's crying about CC's capitalizing on tribalism. Meanwhile, they're literally farming. They're farming responses by saying stupid shit on Twitter because they have a blue check. It is so ridiculous to me. So I'm glad that I can sit here and have a discussion with you guys and talk about tribalism, because this video is more about me informing you guys what tribalism, really is, and that when it comes to the root cause of tribalism, it isn't just, one person. It's not just one content creator. This shit has always been here. It just gets progressively worse and worse over time, and the final form of tribalism is war. That is the final form of tribalism. Two sides having their own, ideals, having their own beliefs, and they clash. That is the final form of tribalism. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and feel free to discuss what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'll be catching you guys on the next one. Adios.